good pace. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a pace. Blew everyone out of the water by well over a minute and a half.
Really just a strong core. You know, she made a good point there about how the movement in the sit-up and the movement in the muscle-up are the same. They're just this flexion at the hip, so that one fatigues the other before you even get there.
Well, we're ready for the final division of the Masters women 40 to 44. I'm Jeff Private alongside Sheree Chan on day one of the 2015 Reebok CrossFit Games from Carson, California in the StubHub Center. We are in the soccer stadium, and again, we're going to see this triplet as it proved fairly difficult for the 45 to 49s. We'll see how the 40 to 44-year-olds will tackle it. A classic triplet in CrossFit, GHDs, bar muscle ups, and then a kind of an odd object movement, a 50-meter run with a sandbag that goes up and ascending weights. The movements are descending, but the weights on the sandbag will get heavier.
You can see the women there adjusting the GHD apparatus to the length of their legs to get exactly so they can get through that really efficiently.
And we'll see how efficient they are once they get to that sandbag. The GHDs, all these athletes familiar, the bar muscle up. They've had plenty of time to find a sandbag, make a sandbag if they don't have it at their local box, but they will see it here. Let's take a look at the assignments today, and all the athletes in each division will go at the same time in the Masters. You look at Kira McAdam in lane 10. She is a Games rookie here, but she has been in the Northwest Regional several times. In fact, last year, the 40-year-old Kira McAdam missed the Games, not the Masters, the Games. Is a 39-year-old by 2 spots in the Northwest, so definitely the favorite coming in to the competition this week. We move to lane 11 through 20. Joe Lane undershoot, a veteran, qualified, was not able to participate a year ago. 4th in this division in 2013. She's got Games experience, Masters experience, and definitely a veteran out of Canada.
In this division, what we're starting to see now is some original female individual athletes who have been to previous games now coming into the Masters division, and Amanda Allen is one of them. She's seeded out of the Open for this division in 5th, but she has been to the games and is the defending champion. She was an individual back in 2011, took 19th there.
Allen finished 5th, actually again competed in the regionals again this year. And again, you've got Cheryl Bross too. You talked about the veterans in this one, has been to the games, competing in the Masters. This is going to be a very fun division to watch as the competition unfolds over the next 3 days.
I agree, as they are my peers.
Well, everyone to the GHGs about the same time. And again, the standard, both hands will have to touch that mat. Both hands will have to touch the pads where the feet go in. 10-minute time cap here on event number 1.
And you're looking in this first heat at the 20 fittest women in the world out of 11,000 women that they were able to qualify for this.
Amanda Allen right there, your 2-time champion in 2013, then a year ago here in this division. Just nice pace there in the orange top.
Interestingly enough, really saving her legs on this and using a lot more of her back, a lot more of a midline. You can tell because she's not extending her knee to come up. That might be some sort of a strategy there by Amanda.
Allen out of CrossFit Fallen in Portana, Australia. And again, she still competes as an individual in the regionals.
This is 40 of these sit-ups with a nice extreme range of motion. This is Cheryl Brost, also an individual female competitor 3 times, and her highest placing was back in 2011, 7th place.
Cheryl had a really nice comeback last year, finished 4th in the NorCal Regionals, placed 2nd in the 40 to 44-year-old. Remember the year before had that ruptures Achilles at the Northwest Regional, so a very nice comeback a year ago.
First time we've seen this bar muscle up in the Masters division. We're going to see how they tackle it. Putting that right after a sit-up is just sort of brutal.
We saw a couple athletes a division ago, one in Massey, who won that 45 to 49-year-old rest on top of the bar. We don't see that. She's kind of folded over, sat on top of the bar, get that first one, as you mentioned earlier, get the momentum. Once you get that first bar muscle up on the way, you have a little momentum to work with.
And that's Allen right there in the orange. She had the hand go up But here's your first female athlete off of the bar.
Right in the middle. See, that may be McAdam coming through. Undershoot in those middle lanes as well. And again, your leaders start from the center and then go out here at the CrossFit Games. It's going to be Osborne. It looks like Gagnon is actually across in lane 12. Pamela Gagnon out of the Mid-Atlantic Rising CrossFit Ballantine. 8th place a year ago in this division. 4 consecutive years she's qualified as an individual for regionals. A former Division I gymnast at Rutgers University. Competed at Rutgers for the Scarlet Knights from 1992 through 1996. So right now, Keplinger is in 2nd place, Bross is in 3rd, McAdam 4th, and Hauser in 5th place. That's your top 5 here as they begin the 2nd round.
The 2nd round has 32 of these, so it descends. The muscle-ups descend, but the sandbag increases in weight. So we do see that becoming a little bit more of a stumbling block as these women get through this.
Still waiting on Amanda Allen, the 2-time champion, to finish her first round. But again, your top 3 after round number 1, Gagnon, Keplinger, and Brost. Also in, McAdam at 4th, Hauser at 5th. Keplinger in lane 3, right now your 2nd place.
She has a very deliberate pace going on with these sit-ups where she just takes a breath of a count 2 to 3, then heads on back down. Common to be able to do something like that just to keep yourself moving so you don't take huge breaks.
So there in the blue top out of the South Central in the C4 CrossFit, Richmond, Texas. 5'2", 126 pounds. She's competed on C4's team 3 times, 2012 through this year, and another gymnast. A lot of gymnastics backgrounds we have seen so far in the Masters of Women.
Very advantageous for Masters to have a gymnastics background, for sure.
She's so good. She was a member of the Puerto Rico national team for 10 years and was a gymnast for LSU All-American back in '94.
Making light work of these bar muscle-ups. There's Cheryl Brost.
Talked about Amanda Allen, the 2-time champion. She came through the first round at 15. Has some time to make up. Just one event, though. You have 7 events.
Onto that 2nd sandbag. This one's now 60 pounds, so it goes up by 20 pounds every time they get over to it. A beautiful clean off the ground there.
Pamela Gagnon again, a rising CrossFit Ballantine. A gymnast at Rutgers. She has been a Games veteran. 8th place in the Masters a year ago here in this division. Jan really, I wouldn't say struggle, but she had to grind through that one. So the final bag, once she gets to the 100-pound bag, we'll see how that plays out. If anyone is able to catch up with her once they get back to the sandbags.
You can see down there that Cheryl Brost was in 2nd. This is your 3rd.
So Ida Keplinger out of the South Central against C4 CrossFit in Richmond, Texas. The former All-American gymnast.
2-3 other women now have caught up. And that pace on the sandbag is making all the difference.
Jan still in first. Finished her 2nd round at 5:16. And here's Brost in at 6:03.79. McAdam now moving up to 3rd place at 6:05. Keplinger has fallen off the pace a little bit. And she is now 4th, came in at 6:11, coming through the 2nd round. We're starting to move, 5 athletes now in, starting the 3rd round. Hauser is now in at 6:12 through 2 rounds.
You've got your top 3 women in the heat now on the sit-ups. Pamela there, she's the one that got on first with the orange shorts. She is nearing the end. Her judge's hand came up there, and I think she actually might have just done 1 or 2 extra sit-ups. The judge was ready to move on to the bar.
Just wanted to be warm for that last set of the bar muscle-ups. So the white top and the orange shorts, Pamela Gagnon out into the Mid-Atlantic region. Time cap 10 minutes here in event number 1 for Masters Women 40 to 44-year-old. This will be the 6-bar muscle-ups.
This is where this movement starts to fatigue, so super impressive that she's linking them together. And I'm just sitting at the edge of my seat seeing she's going to get all 6 of these.
She's going to rest up there on her hips. Very smart move, as we saw it a little bit earlier. High kip there, gets the rep. 2 reps remaining. You mentioned that earlier on another athlete's no rep. You've got to make sure those feet don't go above parallel there.
Yeah, the heel has to stay below the bar. That was brilliant. She had a little trouble with the last sandbag, which was 80 pounds. So this is now 100 pounds.
There's Brosmick, your way to the rig. She's a veteran of the games and the Masters, and when she picked it up, Sheree, that's exactly what she did. She didn't mess around trying to get it on the shoulder, maneuver it, grab the handle. She's going to walk. She's about 25, 30 meters down right now, trying to finish up about the last 20, 25 meters. We talked about an athlete in this competition, or even in general terms, knowing what you can do. Very smart. Just grab the handles, move the bag.
Someone could very easily pick it up and sprint right now, so she's got to feel that pressure.
Now, fortunate to have that big lead. Like you said, if the gap was a little bit closer, someone may have sprinted past her, but she will be across as she collapses over the sandbag, and that is the look of getting the work done. Big thumbs up.
With plenty of time within that time cap, a whole minute and a half left over.
8:30.24 was the official time on Gagnon. Here is McAdam. White top and the light blue pants out of Hood River, Oregon.
Your new second place finisher. Nope, she's heading back for another round. There she is.
And so gets across again in the white top and the light blue pants. And she was the number 1 seed coming in out of the Northwestern CrossFit Hood River. Has a regional experience 5 times, was 5th. She only missed the games last year by a couple of spots. Just over 30 seconds remaining in the 10-minute time cap. Looks like we'll have 3, maybe 4 women, as McAdams' official time 9:02.45.
This is your 3rd finisher. 4th in the background, so we have 4 women under that time cap.
Third place is Keppelinger, Hauser, and Ford. No sight right now of Amanda Allen, who was sitting there for a while at 17. She's back on the bar muscle-ups in the orange, as you see her right there.
And if we take a little bit of a glance forward, this is really a halting spot for her because there were still 2 sandbags out there on the ground. So she's your former champ, and that movement there just kind of gave her a bit of a challenge.
Well, she'll fall back on her experience. 6 more events to go, but a very, very nice job by Gagnon. 8:30.24, won it by 32 seconds over McAdam, your second place finisher. Third was Keppelinger at 9:40.22. And so let's take a look here on the outstanding job that we saw out of Gagnon.
What a phenomenal job. And it was these muscle-ups and that experience on that bar that got her all the way through. She struggled a bit on these sandbags, but it didn't matter because she had such a great lead coming in from those bar muscle-ups.
And there is your winner, Gagnon, again with a big thumbs up. Very happy to get across. So she's down on the floor. Let's go to Mike Arsenault.
Pamela Gagnon, fantastic performance here on event number 1. Still catching your breath. Does it have to do with the sandbag because it doesn't let you breathe? Don't really get rest throughout that workout.
Yes. The sandbag, increasingly getting heavier, is just awkward. There's a lot of air in it, meaning it's just not a solid piece of mass to pick up. So that was